Minnesota Vikings fans, are you ready for the 2019 season?
Well, they better be, Josh.
I think they are. I think I know my division family pretty well.
Okay.
And Vikings fans, after what happened in 2018, with all the expectations, people talking maybe Super Bowl, I think they cannot wait for this season to start.
It was a rough year last year.
They're looking to bounce back. And guys, before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you're brand new for more content, as well as the live streams during the NFL season. Our live play-by-plays. You don't want to miss them.
Wait for that.
All right, so coming off 2018, they finished 8-7-1 last year. They were second in the division with a 3-2-1 division record.
That's tough.
They were 20th ranked offensively in terms of yards, 13th in the passing game, 30th in rushing. That's not good.
That's not good.
But they still did very well defensively. 4th overall defense in terms of yards. Now, the Minnesota Vikings last year, they had some pretty big problems on the offensive side with the offensive line, which regressed massively.
Oh, drastically, man. You bring in Kirk Cousins, but you don't protect him.
Yeah.
Protect your merchandise.
A lot of people want to talk crap about Kirk Cousins and, put everything on him. And sure, he did make some boneheaded plays here and there, especially on prime time. But not everything was on Kirk Cousins.
No.
I mean, they're like that Rams game. He did great. He threw over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He did great.
And if it wasn't for the offensive line or receivers running the wrong route or guys dropping passes, Kirk Cousins, he looked pretty damn good for the most part when the offensive line did give him some time. Even sometimes when they didn't give him time, he made some good plays.
Dude, even though everybody thinks Kirk Cousins played bad last year, that was his best statistical year he's ever had in his career.
Right.
Just throwing that out there.
And they also got rid of John DeFilippo, who was a big problem last year. I thought he was going to be a solid offensive coordinator.
We both did.
But this dude was atrocious.
Yeah.
Horrible play calling at times. Terrible schemes. Yeah, and couldn't adjust for shit, man.
Dude, he just didn't fit this type of offense, what he needed to do with the weapons he had. So, he's gone to Jacksonville, so no more with that.
I think Kirk Cousins gets too bad of a rap, man. I still think he could be a really good quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings with this offensive talent.
And now
they bring in Gary Kubiak as new assistant head coach and offensive advisor. I love that move.
I like it. Gary Kubiak, a veteran coach. He's coached all the way to the Super Bowl with Denver. We've seen that. He's done it in Houston for so many years. This guy's got history, and I think he can pull it off with Kirk Cousins.
They brought in Rick Dennison for the offensive line to coach those guys up.
Oh, they need it.
And he worked with Gary Kubiak before. During the offseason, they brought in Josh Klein from Tennessee. Love that move.
Yes.
They drafted Garrett Bradbury.
Yes.
So the Minnesota Vikings offensive line, it should progress this year.
Hopefully.
It should be better, especially in the interior side.
Yes, and that's what they need, especially running the ball. Because that 30th ranked rushing attack can't happen. And Dalvin Cook, just please stay healthy. You got a better offensive line around you, so hopefully you don't get hit as much.
I also love the draft pick of Irv Smith, the tight end. I love that move right there. Now, some of the key losses you guys had was Sheldon Richardson, Nick Easton, Reamers. You guys lost Tom Compton, Latavius Murray, Sadejo.
Okay.
But the best key loss there is John DeFilippo.
That's a one loss you're okay with if you're a Vikings fan. But no, either way, they did. I think they did great in the draft. They addressed their need. They have some great weapons over there.
Yeah, Thielen and Diggs, Rudolph, Irv Smith, Dalvin Cook. We know what kind of talent he is. And the defensive side, one of the best front sevens in the NFL.
Dude, yes.
Great secondary, Harrison Smith.
Oh, he's one of my favorite safeties right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Xavier Woods, he needs to, just be more consistent this year.
Rhodes.
Xavier Rhodes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the wrestler.
Yeah. Xavier Woods is actually my safety, the Cowboys.
But yeah, he needs to be more consistent this year. But Minnesota Vikings have a ton of talent, and they should bounce back this year. And who knows, they could have, a huge ceiling.
Oh.
Maybe all the way to the Super Bowl.
This could be a good bounce back
And I say that as a Bears fan, it's very possible. Yeah. Now, we're going to go over our season predictions. We're going to go from weeks 1 through 17, and we're going to give you our ceiling as well as our floor.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Let's get this over and away, guys.
Week 1, Atlanta versus Minnesota. This is a tough game right out the gate because Atlanta, they're like the Minnesota Vikings.
They're bouncing back.
They're looking to bounce back. They beefed up their offensive line.
Yes, and they're getting a lot of key pieces back from injury that got hurt early in the year last year.
So this is a really good matchup. But you know what? Give me the Vikings here at home with that defense.
Dude, this is tough for me. This is tough because I think Atlanta's got a good team around them.
For sure.
Oh my God.
It's a tough one.
I don't, but I'm gonna go with Minnesota because it's at home and I like their defense a little bit more than Atlanta this year. So, yeah, let's go Minnesota.
All right, week 2, Green Bay versus Minnesota. I feel like they always play Green Bay week 2.
Yeah, I feel like it too. And it's a good matchup because Green Bay's another team that's going to bounce back. Aaron Rodgers should be fully healthy.
So I'm going to go with Green Bay at home.
Yeah.
Green Bay at home. Green Bay is bouncing back. They are going to be pissed off heading into this year.
Yeah.
NFC North is going to be dangerous because, Detroit Lions, they're also on the uptrend.
Oh, yeah. No team in that division should be taken lightly.
Best division of football. That we can all agree with. Right, Vikings fans? All right, now let's head to week 3. Oakland Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the Vikings versus the Raiders. Raiders, they're up and coming. They're not there yet.
Dude, there's nothing to talk about. It's the Raiders. Let's go.
All right, week 4 against the Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
The Bears.
All right, Josh, what are you going to say here?
Now, last year we swept Minnesota.
Yeah.
Can we do it again? We'll see. But right here in week 4, I'm going with the Chicago Bears. Okay. The Bears, they're going to be more cohesive defensively. Full training camp for Mac, for Raquan Smith. I'm loving it, man. Offense is going to boost up as well.
I don't know.
Who are you going to go with?
I'm going Chicago.
You're going Chicago.
Yeah, it's in Chicago. It's going to be tough.
Minnesota struggled heavily against Chicago last year.
Yeah, they did.
I think in that first game, I don't think they got into our side of the field until like 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and see, this is going to be a good test for Minnesota. I think they're going to be in this game.
Line.
Yeah, they're going to be in this game, but they still have a very young Garrett Bradbury, the center they drafted. I think he could be good, but against like veterans and Khalil Mack and
Bilal Nichols. Watch out for Bilal Nichols. He is going to be a beast. It's going to be Nichols on one side, Akeem Hicks on the other side, and the man in the middle, Eddie Goldman. Yeah. That's a lot of beef.
So that's a lot of talent right there. So I'm going to go Chicago on this.
All right, but we'll see what happens. Week 5. Minnesota versus the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Saquon Barkley, who's starting there? Is it Daniel Jones by this point? Who knows? I like the trend that the Giants have been taking as well, but give me the Minnesota Vikings on the road in New York.
So me and you
or New Jersey.
Yeah, in New Jersey. And I'm going to go Vikings to every other game, and me and Josh are right at the same spot right here.
Now, here's where things get tricky. Week 6, Eagles versus Vikings. Now, these two teams have a lot of history. Things have gotten really heated in the last couple of years between these two teams.
Oh, then they go in Philadelphia, and they were all celebrating.
Getting really cocky. Yep. And then the Eagles won.
Yeah, whooped that ass, and then the Eagles went and won the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
Now, last year, Vikings got the win in the regular season.
They did get their revenge.
But this year, guys, even though it's at home, Philadelphia Eagles, I think, are one of the absolute best teams. I mean, they are just stacked on both sides of the ball, especially in the trenches. Okay. Give me the Eagles. And they should be healthy at that point. Alshon Jeffrey, Wentz, and everybody.
Yeah, should be.
So many offensive weapons.
You know what? Them beating them last year was huge. Even they were having a bad year last year, and they had a horrible offensive line, Vikings. I'm going to go Minnesota. I think they're confident. It's in their home stadium.
But the same thing with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
The Eagles are going to be bringing it, man.
They are, but Minnesota beat them last year. They're confident. They know they could beat them. And they're at home, and they're going to have better offensive line this year. I'm going to go Minnesota to upset the Eagles.
Goddard, Zach Ertz, Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Whiteside,
they took
Aguilar.
Care of business last year. They're going to do it again, please.
Oh, no.
Please.
It's going to
be could go either way.
That's a really good game, and that should be a primetime game, actually.
Yeah, it should.
Let's head to Week 7, Detroit versus Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Detroit getting here at home. Okay. Detroit, like I said, they're trending upwards. I love what they've been doing in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Give me Detroit at home. They're not a slouch team.
They're not. But this is where I think Minnesota kind of gets on a roll here. They've won 2 back-to-back.
For you.
For me. And they just beat Philadelphia, which is, like you said, going to be a damn good team this year. I hate to say that as a Cowboy fan. But I'm going to go Minnesota with the win on the road. Huge victory against Detroit right here, guys. Huge victory, and I think they get 3 in a row.
But breakout stars, Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
And in Kerryon Johnson. I think they get it done. I think
this could go either way, and it's in Detroit. It's not an easy win. Division games are never easy.
Why don't we hit the prime time on Thursday Night Football?
Thursday Night Football.
Where the Vikings host the Washington Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the Washington I'm sorry. Give me the Minnesota Vikings on a short week. Oh, man. I almost messed that up.
You almost did.
I almost gave it to your Redskins.
No,
your favorite team.
Hell no. Fuck the Redskins.
No, they're going to beat the Redskins.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Washington just has too many question marks. Who's their starting quarterback? We don't even fucking know right now. Minnesota definitely winning this one.
All right, Week 9. This is a tough matchup. tough matchup.
Shit.
I know the Vikings got a great defense. Front seven, the secondary. But is it enough to go on the road and defeat Patrick Mahomes, the reigning MVP?
In Arrowhead?
No suspension for Tyreek Hill.
Oh, shit.
Sammy Watkins there. Damian Williams, he's going to go off this year.
Yeah.
Andy Reid, regular season. Arrowhead, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going Chiefs.
Guys, and this is where I actually do have y'all's. I had y'all winning 4 straight, but Chiefs might just be a little too much. Arrowhead is one of the toughest places to play. Arrowhead. Sorry, guys.
All right, Sean, hang on to that mouse and take us to Week 10.
Oh, Week 10? Oh, yeah, you're talking about this Dallas Cowboys versus Minnesota Vikings. This is on the road. This is
Sunday night football.
Sunday night primetime football in Dallas or Arlington. Man, this is tough, man. If Zeke plays, this is going to be a great game. If Zeke plays, this is going to be a great game.
That's the question.
It is.
That's the question.
And you know what? I think he will be. I'm going to assume he is.
Okay.
If he doesn't, Vikings definitely win this game, but I think Dallas wins. On the road, coming off a huge loss against the Chiefs, I think Vikings lose here. This is a simple fact. They got a young offensive line with that young center, D-Law, Robert Quinn, all these guys. I think they're going to take care of business and feast. And we played Kirk Cousins before. We know him. We played pretty much his whole career.
I'm going with an upset.
What?
Give me the Vikings. Oh, shit. Oh, give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings Week 10 upset against the Dallas Cowboys.
A fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this video anymore. You're an asshole.
They're going to bounce back after that Kansas City game, and they're going to, you know what? Now, we're not losing. We're not losing 2 on the road in a row. We're going to Dallas, and we're going to smash you in the mouth. And you know what? I think you guys are going to get really cocky in that game, too. Kind of like when you guys faced the Tennessee Titans last year. Remember that game?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going with the Vikings on an upset, son.
Fuck you.
And if Zeke's not playing,
no.
It's going to get ugly.
If Zeke's not playing, Vikings do win that game. I will say that.
Harrison Smith with a pick 6.
Oh, fuck. Probably.
Let's head to Week 11, where they're back at home versus the Denver Broncos.
And Denver is coming off of their bye week coming into this game, just to throw that out there.
And you know what? Denver, they know the Minnesota Vikings because of Vic Fangio.
Oh, that's true.
The head coach.
That's true.
Also, Bryce Callahan, he knows the Minnesota Vikings.
That's another true fact.
Here's what I also know. The Vikings are going to win. Let me select it. There you go.
There you go.
Vikings are going to win.
I have the same thing. I have them going back at home because I have them losing 2 straight and winning at home to get back on track here. Going into their bye week.
Mm-hmm. Now, week 12, late bye week. I'm so jealous.
Love it.
Heading into Week 13, Minnesota versus Seattle, Monday Night Football.
Prime time.
This is a toss-up right here.
It's in Seattle.
Minnesota could beat Seattle, especially with that offensive line being kind of weak. But Russell Wilson, you know, as we always say, he's a magician.
He is.
He's got weapons, man. They got a great rushing attack.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. It's a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Man.
It's in Seattle, Josh. It is in Seattle.
Give me Seattle.
You're going to go Seattle here.
How does it do that?
I don't know. All right. You know what? I can't blame you on that. That's a great. It's in Seattle, toughest, loudest stadiums. But I'm gonna go Minnesota here. Why? And this is where I think Gary Kubiak comes into play. They're coming off a bye week. They get 2 weeks to prepare for this team. You don't think Gary Kubiak is going to be prepared? He's going to get everybody ready? I like what I see because when you go on the road, especially in Seattle, you have to have a good running game. And Dalvin Cook is healthy. I'm assuming they're going to have a good running game. You have to have a good defense. And they do have that. I know that for a fact. So give me Minnesota with the upset here.
All right, going Week 14, give me the Minnesota Vikings splitting with the Detroit Lions.
You know what? I actually had Minnesota beating Detroit early in the year on the road, and I'm going to have them sweep the Lions.
They're going to sweep the Lions?
They're going to sweep them.
I don't know about that,
They're
buddy.
They're going to sweep them, bro. I don't know what that was. Let's move on.
Okay. Week 15, headed to Pornhub Stadium versus the Chargers.
Is that prime time?
Is
that better be prime time?
Let's see if it's prime time. Yes, it is. Sunday Night Football. Ooh, Minnesota Vikings. Oh. They don't play very well on prime time. Kirk Cousins.
This could be a toss-up.
Give me the Chargers.
You know,
Give me the Chargers.
I want to go Chargers. I want to.
Defensively.
Only reason I might not is it is in Pornhub Stadium, and we know the Chargers, their fans don't show up. Mm-hmm. Viking fans do travel very, very well.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm still going to go Chargers.
Wow. A little swerve there.
I had to swerve because you know what? I think the Chargers are a Super Bowl contender even without Melvin Gordon. I'm liking what I see now in Eckler and Justin Jackson. So, let's go.
All right, Week 16, Minnesota versus Green Bay, Monday Night Football.
Back-to-back prime time?
And you know what? I think the Vikings are going to split with the Green Bay Packers, and they take the win, going 8-7.
Okay.
Going 8-7 right now.
And I have them doing the same thing, splitting with Green Bay because we both have them losing earlier. And I have
you got 10-5?
I have them 10-5.
Fuck.
I have them 10-5. Yeah.
All right, heading into Week 17 to close things out, Bears versus Vikings. Whoa. The Chicago Bears, they could be playing for playoff seeding.
They could.
This could determine the division if Minnesota wins a couple of extra games, which they very well could.
Yep.
Let's see here.
This is
now,
a tough one.
Here's the thing, though. I have a bet with a guy who, and the bet goes that, whoever sweeps the other between the Vikings and the Bears, the loser has to make a diss track on their own team.
That's true, Josh. So right now you did have your Bears win in Week 4. Will you have them close it out in Week 17? Is that what's going to happen?
Give me. I got to keep it real, though.
You swerved them.
Give me the Bears.
You swerved them, huh? Okay.
Bears.
You know what? I'm going into Week 17, and I'm looking at this one. This is going to be tough. The Bears might be fighting for their own playoff seeding, playoff spot, and Vikings are right there. They're nipping the heels. They're 10-5, but I think the Bears are going to be too much and pull out the win.
You got them sweeping the Vikings?
I have them sweeping the Vikings.
Holy shit.
You're welcome.
QC, get that diss track ready.
Yeah, it's happening, buddy. No, I want my $5 for picking out.
Okay. Maybe later. But, yeah, look, if the Bears have anything to play for Week 17, that is dangerous. Yeah. But so are the Minnesota Vikings. Now, okay, right here, I got 8-8. But, listen, we're going to do a bit of a range here.
Yeah.
That could be a win. You're talking 9-7. Let's see. Where can I find another win right here? They could sweep Detroit. Be 10-6. Maybe they could beat Philadelphia. We've seen them do it before.
Yep.
I think my ceiling for the Minnesota Vikings, they could also beat Chargers too. They could beat the Chargers.
They could beat them.
I think my ceiling for the Minnesota Vikings is going to be 12-4.
Okay.
It's going to be 12-4, and I'm going to say the worst that it can get. The worst.
Because you had them 8-8.
7-9.
7-9.
7-9. So let's say this sticks that way. That goes that way.
Yeah, Detroit winning that first game.
Yeah, Detroit winning that first game.
Yeah.
All right, 9-7.
What other game? Oh, Seattle. Yeah,
Seattle right there. Okay. What if Atlanta? What if they win that first game?
That's true.
7-9 would be my floor, and 12-4 will be my ceiling for the Minnesota Vikings. And this is a team that is a contender, a true contender.
Yeah.
They could even be a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. Now with mine, I have them 10-6 here. Okay, guys, that's pretty much about right there. Now I could see them winning that last game, Week 17. They could easily pull that one out. I could see them beating my Cowboys with no Zeke. What's another game that I had them lose that they could win? Like you said, the Chargers. So they have a good range here. They could be 13-3 because there's a lot of games that I think they're going to be competing in that I had them losing. Right now, that being said, now I'm looking back and looking at their kind of like their floor. Right. Their floor could be, let's see, I could see Philly pulling that victory out. I could see Detroit. It's a divisional game. You never fucking know with that one. Like you said, Seattle, that's another one. So I could see them. There's so many games in Atlanta. I could see their floor being 6-10.
What?
Because they got a tough ass schedule here. Because they have some tough games on the road.
That's a huge range for us.
I know. I usually don't do that big of a range, but all those games can come down to the wire,
That just speaks to the competition level this year.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting better.
Yeah.
Everyone is better.
Yeah.
The North is the best division in football. They're playing an okay division in the NFC East. We're playing the AFC West with the Chargers and the Chiefs. Yeah. Broncos are no slouch.
No.
So, things are tough, man. Yeah. There's a lot of things that can happen that can go either way. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm going to go with 7-9 as my floor, and they could be as good as 12-4, winning the division, and possibly going to the big dance in Miami.
I know y'all might be mad that I gave y'all a big range there, but that just shows you how good some of these,
especially the NFC
schedule. Yeah, the NFC is going to be
stacked.
A tough year, and I'm excited.
But guys, that's what we think. We want to know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys also hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget about the live streams in the NFL season. Don't miss those. Yeah, so turn on the notification bell.
All the prime time and maybe others.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the season. Good luck. Not really.